So today is day one of the daily vlog. I am super excited for this because, I can't tell you how many times I've told people, you should be vlogging, it's great for content, and I'm just not doing it myself. So you know what? I decided to drop $3,000 on this camera. Now I'm gonna be vlogging every single day for you guys, showing what it's like to be 21 years old, trying to build a business into a pretty massive thing. So stay along with me on this journey. I'll see you guys. So today we've got a mix of things going on. We have recording sessions, we have business strategy, we have content creation and editing. So I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride and we'll see how the day turns out. We are on the move, 12 hours today. We're getting the day started a little late, it's almost noon, but sometimes that's how it goes. I'm headed out right now to go get some lunch. I'm headed out to go get some gas as well because I'm at about a quarter of a tank right now. But I was watching this podcast by Elon Musk, and they were talking about his vision for SpaceX, for Tesla, for the Boring Company, for all these businesses, right? And the vision that he's created for all of them are so massive. And it got me thinking about how a CEO's main job, a founder's main job, is to create this massive vision, but I don't think people put enough respect on that duty, on that task, because that can actually be very difficult. There's so much content out there that you can consume that's very detrimental to your ability to innovate, to be imaginative. So the fact that these people are able to dream as big as they are, to create a vision that most people don't even think is a reality. Bill Gates said that he wants to have a computer in every home. Everyone told him he was fucking crazy. Elon Musk says, I want to turn humanity to a multiplanetary species. People are telling him he's fucking nuts. Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, all of these things, these people really receive so much backlash because they create these massive visions that don't seem like they're a reality. But let me challenge you to try to create a vision that people regard in the same way, that people are like, no fucking way that that's even humanly possible. And then I'd like to see you go and start to execute on it. That's what a CEO's main job is, creating this idea and reducing the barrier between the idea and execution and putting the right team in place and inspiring that team. So if you want to start on that journey, I think I thought of 3 ways that I feel like I can start to do that more and that other people can as well. Number 1 is make sure you're having conversations with the right people. Make sure you're conversing with big thinkers. Make sure you're conversing with world shifters in this world. Number 2 is consume the right content. There's so much content out there that is detrimental to our minds, but there's also a lot of content out there that you can consume from very smart people. So start to consume more of that content. And number 3 is to take violent, fast action. Start to do really, really hard things and don't make excuses as to why you can't do them. The more and more that you do hard things and you fail and then you succeed, you start to open up your perspective as to what's possible and what's not. And I think that makes it a lot easier to dream big, to be that CEO, that founder that can change the world because your vision is so large. So, just start to dream big, start to do some cool shit, and let's make a fucking difference in the world. Just got lunch and dinner from Trader Joe's, only $20 for both lunch and dinner. That's $5 a meal because I got it for Caitlin and I, but I told you I needed gas, right? Look how low that is. Holy moly. Gas ended up being $80, but you know what? I think most people would probably look at that and say, oh, America sucks, you have to pay so much for gas. I think that mindset is such bullshit, man. Like, if you're complaining about gas prices being what they are and it's not something you can actually actively change, the only thing you can change is your income. So if you're complaining about that, it's because you're not making enough money. So why don't you go out there and find opportunities to just make more money instead of complaining about something you can't control? If people embrace that mindset more, we'd probably be a less complaining mindset society and more in an innovative, driven, ambitious society. So if you're complaining about it, just shut up, go out there, figure out how to make more money, and let's get after it, man. Let's get excited. Let's do this shit. Hey guys, we are back at the office. Eating some lunch. We got one of these, what is this, lemon pesto basil, I think? Lemon pesto basil, spinach basil, whatever it's called. got one of these salads, was $5 from Trader Joe's, eating it for lunch, getting ready for a really cool strategy call that we're about to have. When it comes to content, the things that I'm very adamant on for creation of content are 3 different mediums. Number 1, you have vlog style content. Number 2, you have podcast content. And then number 3, you have live stream content. If you can implement those 3 recording methods into your strategy, I think that you are in a really, really good position moving forward, because you kind of hit all the bases for where content is heading right now. We're seeing talking head style content, which is just kind of direct to the camera stuff in short form, really phase out right now. But I'm seeing vlog content where you're going through your day and showing what you're doing perform really, really well. So if you can tap into that, I think you're in a great position. Number 2 is that podcast content. And I love that for a few reasons. One of the main ones is I'm a big believer that the creation of the content should make you as much money, if not more. Now let's go with as much money as the post-production of the content should make you. In the short term, you'll probably make more from the creation of the content when you follow the strategy I'm about to lay out. In the post-production of the content, as it starts to get out to more and more people over time, that's when you'll start to make the dollars, right? But in the production of the content, you can make really good money by business developing. So when you create that podcast, bring on people that can be potential referral partners, bring on people that can be potential future clients, bring on people that are current clients or past clients that you can continue to either get back into your program or increase their lifetime value because you're developing a stronger connection with them over that time frame. The whole point is business development, and business development leads to real-time, immediate dollars. So I love that method. Then you have the live stream content. That's something that you're seeing a lot of different people do in different spaces now. It used to just be gamers, but now you're seeing Gary Vee do it from a business end. You're seeing people do it more like just entertainment, talking to the camera, entertaining people as they go through their day. Then you're also seeing people just talk to the camera as they go through and their job as well. So you're seeing a lot of different people in different phases of life and do different things on live stream content, and they're building really good audiences that they can then send to different channels, whether that's their website, their YouTube, their Instagram, their TikTok, whatever, which is where they start to make the money, right? So those 3 platforms or methods of creating content I'm falling in love with right now. So I'm gonna jump on this call with one of my clients pretty soon here in 2 minutes, and we're gonna talk about how we can get those methods set up for him and create a strategic game plan for how we can go forward, because it's in the consistency. That's where you're gonna win. When you can set up the systems to do the things consistently and produce results, that's when you will win massively more than anybody else. Because anybody can make 1 vlog, anybody can make 1 to 3 to 5 podcasts. But how can you get up to the point where you're making hundreds of vlogs? How can you get up to the point where you get up to 20 podcasts in the first couple months? It's that consistency that helps you win. So that's what we're gonna be discussing today.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
You know what it is, man. Working.
Can't have a bad day.
Can't have a bad day, baby. So, yeah, let me know if you have questions on it.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Of course. All right, man. Hey, keep crushing it, okay?
All right, brother.
Peace.
Later.
God, I gotta work on my fucking stuttering, man. All right, guys, we have finished up our strategy call with one of our clients. It is, what time is it? It is 2:35 right now. We finished that call up a few minutes ago. We are going to get the office rearranged right now. This is what it looks like. We're gonna get it rearranged for our client that's coming in at 3 p.m. She's gonna be recording some Q&A style content, so I'm gonna get it rearranged. I'm gonna get some questions locked in for her. That way she knows what kind of content she's gonna create, and we're gonna pump out some awesome stuff. So stay tuned. You guys are gonna see how this room completely changes and morphs, and then also how we create some really good content for our clients.
When the polite thing is to get all the person who's asking everything
What? All right, we're live. We're ready to go. So we got Twitch. We're gonna have Instagram Live. So that's gonna be secondary camera. This is gonna be our live camera. This is right here. This position is gonna be our main camera, which is that camera right now. And we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. All right, we just finished up getting the office ready to go. This is what it looks like now. Pretty freaking cool. So we're gonna have our client in here to record some Q&A type of content, and we're gonna get some thousands of views in this content. We're gonna get 100,000 views through a video that we create right now. It's gonna be exciting stuff, so stay tuned. Just finished recording some content with Jenny over here. How was the recording session, Jenny?
Tough.
Hey, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the tough recording sessions happen, but I gotta say, it's the consistency that matters. Jenny over here, she's been producing content every single week for the past 3 months. How many of you guys out there have done anything for 3 months straight? Most of you guys have probably given up on your, I'm not gonna say most of you guys, some of you guys have probably already given up on your New Year's resolutions. Meanwhile, we're out here grinding week by week, day by day.
Yes.
So, hey, this is your inspiration to keep going after it. Jenny, do you have a message for the people?
Keep going. Keep doing it every day. That's all I can just say.
There we go. What's up, guys? I am doing some research into this new camera that we got. Ran into a couple little things that I got to figure out with it. It overheats really easily, so I'm trying to figure out how to combat that issue. You know, I saw a lot of reviews that were saying that it does that, but I was optimistic, so I kind of ignored them a little bit. I don't know. Regret? Nah. Wanting to figure it out? Yeah. So we'll figure out how it goes. We'll figure out how it works. We just got our camera settings re-locked in. Not re-locked in. We got our camera settings locked in. I've been working on it for the past few minutes. We have this camera over there recording me while I did it. This video by Think Media allowed me to do it, so I'm gonna drop that in the comments down below. So if you guys get this Sony A7, problem that I faced was it overheating immediately. I recorded a 7-minute video and it immediately overheated. So I figured out what settings to turn off for that. I'm gonna drop this video, or the video that I used to fix it, down below in case you guys buy this camera and experience the same issues. So hopefully that brings value to somebody. I just made a post saying, if you're not making moves that scare the hell out of you, is life really fulfilling? Risk is the lifeblood of success. That's not just a flashy saying or motivational quote. It's a personal philosophy. It's a lifestyle. When you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to build your business as big as it can be, not as big as it can be, but have as much impact as it possibly can, and give you the things that you want it to give you, you have to become your best self. And you don't become your best self without pushing the boundaries of what you currently believe is possible. You have to constantly be pushing your limitations and expanding them, doing hard work, doing shit that scares the hell out of you, that you don't know whether or not it's going to win or lose. You don't know if it's going to be successful or if it's going to fail. When you look at what Elon Musk has said about his businesses, Tesla, SpaceX, especially those two, he thought both of those companies had less than a 10% chance to actually succeed, to actually win, to actually continue turning into these massive businesses that they have. Less than a 10% chance. And yet he still worked as hard as he possibly could to get them off the ground. Why? Because the mission was important enough. Because he said that even if he failed, he had faith that some other company would pick up where they left off, because the mission was that important to him. But through doing that, he became who he is. Through putting every ounce of effort that he had, even though the odds were stacked against him, he's become the person that we now know him to be. And yes, there's pros to cons to everybody, but at the end of the day, you can't debate the results. You can't debate the net worth. You can't debate the things that he's built. And it's because he took on these large challenges and poured every ounce of his soul into it. He put things at risk that most of us can't even comprehend. His relationships, his money, his mental health, his physical well-being. Those are 4 things that people hold very dear to their hearts, that hold and protect. He put them all on the line. And I'm not saying that everybody should do that, but there's gonna be points where you're gonna have to put one of those 4 things at risk, and oftentimes it's gonna be more than one. It might be 2, maybe it's all 4. But at the end of the day, you have to be willing to take risk, to build something massive, to be the best that you can be, to make the impact that you want to make if your goal is to make a huge impact. So that's my spiel. You've got to be willing to take risk. That's the number 1 way to making sure that you achieve your goals. I want to talk real quick on creating content as an entrepreneur. One of your most important assets, actually, I'm going to say the most important asset that you have to give as an entrepreneur, whether you're a solo entrepreneur or you have a team, is your time. The time that you have to give is the most limited resource that you have. You can always go out and you can make another sale. You can always go out and you can cut an expense. But what you can't do is get the time that you have back. So when you're out there and you're creating content as an entrepreneur and you don't have a team to back you up, it can be a massive, massive time sucker. And it's not that it's a bad thing, it's necessary because you have to create content to build a personal brand, to market yourself. But it does take a hell of a lot of time. So if you are an entrepreneur, I highly suggest to get started, do some basic stuff like this, recording yourself, posting it, but you don't need a ton of editing on the front end. So don't worry about the things that do take a lot of time, like the post-production editing and things of that nature. Share a positive message, share a valuable message without the editing, push it out there, do what you can, but as soon as humanly possible, hire a team that matches your level of effort that you put into the producing the content into the post-production. They need to care about putting the right thing out there and representing your brand well. But as soon as you can do that, you're going to absolutely explode because doing this content game at a high level takes a lot of time and it can take a lot of money as well. But it will lead to massive results. It helps people create buy-in. It helps people show your personality or get to know you and know your personality. That way, when you jump on sales calls with them, it's like they already know you. I cannot talk enough about the importance of content. Vlog style stuff like this too, I am a firm believer in. So if you're out there, you're contemplating doing content, get started. Don't do the time wasting things. Find some tools to do that stuff for you. Just push out your message. But as soon as you can, hire a team that's gonna match your level of effort that you put into creating the content, into post-producing the content, and I think that is the winning formula. All right, let's get into it. I wanna keep this as short as possible. Really just wanna do kind of just a quick debrief. So I'll open it up to you, Cherish. What were a couple of the things that you saw this week, both wins and losses? Like they're gonna get to the 100,000, 500,000, 800,000 view per week very, very quickly, I think. That's the key. Continue the feedback, because as soon as we gave feedback, we started getting better results. So let's just continue those loops and we're gonna crush it. Awesome. Well, great job this week, Cherish. Great job this week, Caitlin. Let's get better next week.
Great job this week, Trey.
Thanks. Let's get better next week. All right, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
All right, of course. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, Cherish. Have a good weekend. You slapped me.
Oh yeah, that was a
Here,
slap, huh?
come We're even.
All right, guys, we finished up dinner. We're about to head out to get some dessert. Caitlin had a long ass day and she deserves some donuts. We were gonna get some Krispy Kreme, but they wanted us to buy a dozen to get the $2. We're not gonna buy a dozen just to get a $2.29 dozen. It's a waste of money.
Taken an hour.
Also would have been a drive. They don't have them nearly frequent enough. So we're gonna go to Trader Joe's, get some sour cream glazed donuts. I'll keep you guys updated on how good they taste. Oh, look who it is. So yeah, we got some good stuff coming. What's the number one thing that you've gotten
This is how
done
I have
today?
to crank my neck to look at you.
What's the number one thing you've gotten done today?
I got a long form video done, and I'm about to get another one done.
That's sick. I've been vlogging all day. I had some calls. This is what my calendar looks like, if you guys can see it behind me. Got some calls done, got some content recorded, got some content planned. We officially have the new place. I'm getting the huge cashier's check to get into, to get the security deposit laid down. So got some good stuff coming. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. We're gonna go to the donut shop.
Peace.
We are back from Trader Joe's. We got some of the munchies. Take a look. Caitlin, what are you eating? Lord have mercy. What are you
Donut.
doing? Lord have mercy. She took forever on that. Yes, we are eating sour cream glazed donuts and some snickerdoodles. The dessert of champions. I was almost about to say the breakfast of champions.
Well, I was thinking this. We better do this now before we get old. I feel like everybody eats all their junk food when they're young. And then when they're old, they're more selective about their choices.
Facts.
So we better take it in now.
It's facts. And then what do you got going on the rest of the night, Caitlin? You still working? She doesn't know how to talk when she eats, so I'm gonna take it off.
A little bit of that.
Anyway, yeah, we got a late night tonight. I'm gonna be editing some content, creating a lead magnet. Now, what is a lead magnet? Stay tuned for the next slide or blurb for me to tell you what it is. All right, guys, it is about 11:20 p.m. We've been working since the last clip that you guys saw at about 8:30, 8:45. And I wanted to jump on here to do a quick download and talk to you guys about what a successful day is. So first of all, this vlog was actually a lot of fun, and I was taking a look at some of the clips, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm really excited for this. I think there's gonna be a lot of value that's provided to you guys just seeing my day-to-day. I'm not out and about as much as a lot of other vloggers that you guys are probably seeing, but this is the reality. When you're building a business and you're grinding and you're working, you're not actually out and about that much. Like your primary duty is not to network. Your primary duty is to build a great product that people are going to love, that people want to refer, that people want to stick with and continue using. So a lot of that is done at the computer, realistically. So I think that's one thing that you guys should get from this particular vlog, but also mapping out what is a successful day. And today, my primary goal was to focus on marketing and content creation. I theme out my days. Each day has a particular theme based on how I want to drive the business forward. And today's theme was marketing. And I got a ton of content created. So that's how I measure out my days of successful versus unsuccessful. I made some decisions, I got some things done, and I got my top priorities done. I got the theme executed. So overall, if I had to say anything about this vlog in particular that like I said, I'm super excited for, my goal is to continue these, but get somebody hired to help me handle it as soon as possible, because I know that if I'm the one that has to upload all the content, edit all the content, do all those things, it's going to be massively time consuming. And as I continue to scale and handle more clients and handle more of a team and a bigger team, it's going to be nearly impossible to continue these and continue to bring value to you guys at my highest capacity. I need to be focused on going outbound and doing things so I can teach you guys what I'm doing, not just editing the vlog half my day, right? So my goal is to be at the point where I can hire someone to handle these for me. And I think if you're out there and you're wanting to create content, that should be your goal as well. Follow my framework. Start creating the content, and as fast as you can, get to the point where you're good enough at creating the content, you know what goes into it, and you're making enough money to then hire somebody to handle it for you so you can focus on doing the things that are gonna create good content, which is business moving, money-making activities. So thank you guys so much for watching this vlog, and I will see you guys on the next one.